My name is Leon Thomas, and you're here to watch John Waller's Referral Source. It's a great show where we help businesses help each other. I'm Leon Thomas. You're here for the Referral Source. Welcome to the Referral Source. We're here every Monday at 3:30 Eastern here at the Referral Source. This is John Waller's show. John Waller's the co-host. Let's bring John on the screen. John, tell me, how's everything going? What's happening good, John?
LT, how are you?
I'm good. I hope you are too.
Well, never better.
Good. Good. I'm glad things are going well. And John, so we have your second show here, the Referral Source, the second time through, and we have a very cool guest with us. We have Mr. Gabe O'Neill. Let's go ahead and bring Gabe on the screen. Gabe, how's it going?
Good to see everybody. How's it going? I'm great. I'm ready for this. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling.
All right, everything is good. Look at John there with those shades. Gabe, what do you think about those shades John's sporting, man?
Can't compete, man. I just can't keep up.
Yeah, I know. I tell you what, he's a trendsetter all around. John, give the audience and Gabe and me a little background again on those shades, and then we'll start the conversation with Gabe.
Afternoon, Godfather. Afternoon, LT. Yeah, wearing the shades because it reminds me that from Risky Business back in like 1981 with Tom Cruise that everybody's future is so bright, you got to wear shades. So it's just a little reminder about that.
All right, future's so bright, you got to wear shades. I love it. Gabe, they call you the godfather of the digital business card. Tell us about your business and why they call you the godfather of the digital business card. Go ahead, Gabe.
Well, if you really want to find out the reason why they call me that, I can prove it by because all you have to do is pull out your phone and text the word Gabe to the number 321-421-5213. The number, it's above and below me, and you'll see why I'm the Godfather when you get my card that lands right on your phone. So, yeah, it's a custom designed card that gets you business, and we've been having a lot of fun with it and a lot of success.
Yeah. And John, you have one digital business card as well. Go ahead and tell us about how do folks find out about your digital business card? How do they get that on their phone?
Thanks, Leon. Absolutely. I actually have two. You can text John to 321-421-5213 or on hold to 321-421-5213 because I help different kinds of industries out with the card. I'm so passionate about it that I want to make sure that people have one and they know how to find one and help the people out that have that card. It's just a great way to be anywhere in the country or Canada and send that card out to folks without touching them. It's contactless networking at its infancy. It's great. Yeah. I've been using them for years now. And I heard about it because of COVID a couple of years ago. And here we are, kind of sort of in COVID, kind of sort of post-COVID. And I love having, I've got one that goes around my neck that I didn't throw on my neck this morning because I wasn't out in the car and didn't wrap it around my neck from the glove box. But anytime I'm at an event and there's actually people there that fogging a mirror, I can have the lanyard around my neck and they can take a picture of the QR code or they can see the number and text it right in person. And they've always got your card on their phone because they're never going to get rid of their smartphone if they're smart. And so they've always got your business card with
There you go. I love it. I love it.
That's why this show is called the Referral Source, so they can refer you out. It's a great way to help other people get more business that they didn't know they were going to get. I mean, I got a new customer this morning from a mixer I was at 2.5 weeks ago here in Albuquerque brand new client, brand new chamber, bam, all done.
There you go. I love it. Now I'm going to ask one more question, and then John, I'm going to turn it over to you and Gabe to go ahead and have some cool conversation between the two of you. John, Gabe, how did y'all meet? Gabe, go ahead and tell us how you met John, and John, then you take over. Go ahead and talk about some of the things that referrals that you and Gabe have given each other. So, Gabe, how did you meet John?
We met through a mutual networking group that we both use called NRG, and we were fast friends as soon as we kind of we got together fairly quickly after the first time we met. This might have been like a week later where we had a one-on-one, and then it was all over, right, John?
Absolutely. The rest is history. And I'm seeing in the back, we just talked about this, but I'm seeing in the back on the wall there, your virtual wall, Marlon Brando's holding that cat in his lap. And why do people call you the godfather of the digital card? Or as I like to refer to you as, I'm sorry, I'm all about puns, the card father.
Well, actually, how it's I started this business actually as it was more kind of by accident because I really wanted to create digital cards for people and give them away so that I could get to know them in a networking environment. I figured I'd create something of value for them, spend a few hours. They get to see my work ethic, my skills, my creativity. They get to see that I will follow through on what I say I'm going to do, which is very important to me. So I started giving them away. This is in 2018, and they just blew up from there. And somewhere in some one of those networking groups, somebody threw out the moniker Godfather, and at first, I did not want to have much association with it, but it kind of stuck. I mean, because I associate myself with the fun stuff. I kind of ignore all the violence and gore and all the other bad stuff in it. But yeah, it's been fun.
Cool. Gabe, when you wake up in the morning, I know you get up pretty early doing your stuff. What are the top three things that make you the proudest when you think about all the cards out there? Like you have your montage on the one card, you've got the one montage that goes across showing the different cards that people have that you created. What makes you the proudest of the three things that makes you the proudest of the digital business card?
That's actually a very good question. Thanks, John. Yeah, and that really is it because this isn't just a business for me. I didn't really want to go into the digital card business to make money. Um, and so really what I'm happy, what I've always been excited about is being of value to other people or providing value to other people. And when we discovered how much value the cards bring to people, it actually generates business for them. The ROI is incredible in some cases. Um, that really makes me happy. So being able to provide value, to provide something that works, to have something that I do that people use it on a consistent basis. After I had somebody call me after well over a year, said, "Oh, my credit card changed. I got it. I don't want to get. I don't want to stop using it." So that's part of it. The second part of it is the community that it has engendered. We actually get everybody together to meet in a weekly virtual environment, and that's not it's not strictly networking, and then it's not strictly mastermind, but it's kind of like a mixture of the both. And all the card owners are invited to come and talk about business, and we learn not from just one speaker, but we learn from all the smart people in the room about a certain subject. So my business has really benefited from that. My average sale is much higher because of that, and so that's another thing that I'm really proud about is the community. And I guess the third part is the technology that we keep adding to. Like as I was mentioning to you earlier, we've got a new feature that we're going to be allowing people to send out videos in texting them back, because there's much more to our card than just the card itself. There's a follow-up system and all kinds of things associated with it, but all the new, we're always adding to it and innovating. So to be able to do that and to do that on my own terms, that's what I'm pretty excited about.
Cool. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to that piece of it coming out. And I love the fact that when somebody gets your card and in the back room of the card, you've got people's names and their phone numbers, so you've got that information. You're capturing that information from a potential customer and somebody that you can refer business to as well. It just makes a ton of sense. You were telling a story the other day about a famous author who was at a trade show, and they told you how they had like 430 hits on their card, and they've got all these leads, and they were like just coming out of their skin about how happy they were with all those different leads from the card. I thought that was a great
Yeah,
story.
it's perfect for trade shows. This person literally got I went at 438 people to text their keyword, and when they get that, they get the name and the phone and the cell phone number in the back end. So, and you can go back in and you can either export that data to your own CRM, or you can text them back directly from our portal. But being able to, I mean, that's why it's so good for speakers and for podcasters who are and people who do trade shows. Instead of the old way of doing it with like a fishbowl with a business with a fishbowl of business cards. If you tell people to text your keyword at a trade show and to win the prize, you have all those, and they're all guaranteed cell phone numbers that work. So it's just a much better system.
I love it. Good stuff here. We're going to continue the conversation with John Waller and Gabe O'Neill. We're going to take a quick break for about 1 minute. We'll be right back. You're watching The Referral Source.
You're watching The Referral Source with John Waller. The Referral Source can help you grow your business by exposing you to people that can send business your way. Many business owners try to get it done by themselves. Email campaigns, social media posts, and old-fashioned cold calls might work, but there's nothing like a referral. By being a guest on The Referral Source, you're exposing yourself to John's wide nest of contacts. And by watching The Referral Source, you will see a featured business and think about who you could refer to that business. The Referral Source is a win-win all around. If you would like to feature your business on The Referral Source by advertising or being a guest on the show, contact John Waller via email at theonholdguy@gmail.com. You can watch The Referral Source live each Monday at 3:30 Eastern on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. You'll also see replays during the week. And now, back to more of The Referral Source.
I'm Leon Thomas. You're watching The Referral Source with John Waller. Today, our guest is Gabe O'Neill. John and Gabe, tell me this. In every business, when it comes to referrals, one of the things we talk about are power partners, and we also share some success stories. So who are some good power partners for you, Gabe?
Well, that's a good question, and as a matter of fact, one of my clients who is a realtor told her broker about our card last week, and the broker was so excited that she bought not only a card for herself but a card for her entire team. She said that there are other digital cards out there, but they represent luxury homes, and she felt that our solution was much more appropriate for luxury homes because it's a high end customized card. So uh, brokers are perfect for me, realtor brokers, sales coaches, because the other thing is when we create the first one customized. I mean, when I say custom, I said we send it out to a graphic artist and have them do their magic. But when we create it for a team, we use that original custom card and then parlay that all across to all the different salespeople or realtors or whatever. And so it's much more cost effective that way. But they're still getting all the same power that everybody else has with their keyword and the cell phone number and capturing cell phone numbers and et cetera, et cetera. So sales coaches are great. Podcasters are great. Anybody that speaks to a lot of people, anybody that is, again, trade show people are good as well.
John, Gabe, I want to tell you guys a real quick story, and then John, I'm going to turn it over to you for you and Gabe to have some more conversation. My mom passed away about a week and a half ago, and as we were going through the service and planning and everything, I was just amazed at the number of folks in that business, the funeral business, that did not have referrals. They didn't have people they could refer me to. They didn't have partners. They didn't have power partners. So when we go and we take care of everything at the funeral home, and I asked about somewhere to have the repast, and it was, oh, well, you could you basically go to the yellow pages. When it came to transportation, limousines, it was the same way. When it came to flowers, it was the same way. And I'm thinking, man, you guys need to get some referrals lined up here. It makes it easier for the family, but also think of what it does for each other's business. So I was just amazed that folks didn't have that. And John, I instantly thought of your show, and that, wow, this could be something for them as well. And I think many businesses sometimes just don't understand the importance of referrals and business partners, or even to be able to say, hey, you know what? I know a guy, I know a gal that does. So, John, I'll turn it over to you. You and Gabe, go ahead and have some more conversation. I'll join you in a couple of minutes. Go ahead.
Thanks, Leon. Yeah, you referred that conversation to me a few days ago, and I was blown away that it's unbelievable how people just in that industry don't have a tight network. And yeah, so like Gabe, power partners for what you do. I was thinking like that in that real estate office you were talking about, all those folks that have a card, and once they have a card, they should have a contest. I would make it a 3 or 4 day contest, like from Tuesday to Friday at close of business. See how many people could go ahead and text that number to their name and that card, and see how many referrals or leads they could get by having their own digital business card. What a great thing for that broker's office. What do you think, Gabe?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of incentives that they can give out to the people. So I'm excited to be able to introduce it to this group. The one the one girl was with the realtor was using it already for another one of her businesses, and she was excited to hear that her broker paid for the cost of her getting a second card. So yeah, so she's really thrilled about it. But yeah, I think any way you can do it. That's what's good about if you are the broker or the sales leader, you can see all the different you can see all what the other people are doing. You can say, oh, this person is really killing it with the card. This person needs a little bit of help, and so it's a great way to just watch the progress of your people and help them too, because
that's good. I think like a dealership group that's got 5 or 10 stores in the dealership group, they could kill that. And just imagine,
absolutely.
Sales contest for car sales folks, whether they're new or used.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And we mentioned car dealers, we mentioned RV dealers and limos, and any of there's so many different different niches where it can really thrive, because what are we all looking to get? We're all looking to get noticed. We're all looking to get remembered, and this card helps you do that. And we're all looking for that kind of stuff, and to be able to contact them back, to pull them right back in the conversation, is just
Right.
key. It's really key. And also if you can get your sphere to remember your keyword, that's gold, because then your sphere has an endless supply of your digital card that they can refer you out at any time. And that's how a lot of my clients get business. So yeah, there's so many different levels to how this can
High-end
work.
boat sales contests, high-end boat sales. It's just, it's killer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's never ending. You just keep on working it. It's a great concept. Yeah. Really proud of what you're doing there, and just hoping to see you expand it out, to more industries and more people that have them. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, John, I'm certainly having fun with it, because it's as I said, I get to meet a lot of people. It's not It's not about selling thousands and thousands and thousands of them. That's what other companies are trying to do. I'm more going for the high end people that really where I can have a real impact, and where we
You
can sell
are.
maybe hundreds instead of thousands.
You're changing lives, and I
It's
love
just
what you do with the networking that you do with the people that are card holders, card owners, getting together every week and having the different networking that you groups that you have to help you have masterminds, and not just to network and sell more things, but to mastermind. I think that's huge.
yeah. Again, it's just about what we our culture is to help people get more business, regardless if they just got their card, if they've had it for a year. We're always about getting them more business, and that's really the other part that I really like about it.
It would be great
Excellent.
if more business owners were about what can I do to help others, and we all know that if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want, right? It is just comes from helping people and having the right attitude toward that. I'm going to ask you guys a question about me, and it's a historical base multiple choice question. I'm going to ask you a question about what you think my first job was. I'm talking about my first real big paycheck, 40-hour week job, right? All right. So, was the first job selling athletic equipment to high schools? Was it selling limousine services, or was it selling mobile phones? What do you think my first job was? Gabe, what do you think?
Number one, athletic
Number one,
services.
athletic sales. John, what are you thinking? What do you think? What was my
Same
first gig? Same thing.
athletic.
It was, I was a sport management major, but that was not my first real job. My first real job is I sold mobile phones. When mobile phones went for like $1,200 a pop, and it had to go in the car on the transmission hump, and the
It's $1 a
airtime would,
minute.
yeah,
I
well,
did that too back in the 90s.
it was $4.99 a minute during the day, $3.99 a minute at night, and you had to buy it in 60-minute increments. And even then, there was this whole thing about niche, right? Who can you sell to? Who's buying from you? I sold to a limousine service, and they put phones in 5 of their cars. And I started thinking, that's it. I can just sell limousine services all the time. And I loaded up Pittsburgh with every limousine service had mobile phones. And then one of them said, have you thought about ambulances? I'm like, why would they need it? The guy says, oh, yeah, they would. So I got referrals from people, right? Asking, who else do you think would need it? Who else do you think could use it? And that's the first
That's a
time, my
great
first
little
experience with, yeah, it was great. It was great. So the importance of referrals, and so that's part of your show, John. You know, how do we refer business to each other? I love it. I love it. I love it. So before we go, we've got about 2 minutes remaining. Gabe, tell me this as it relates to your business. I know you want everyone to contact you. Is the best way for them to contact you is right there through your text, right?
It's
Text
right
Gabe
there.
to 321-421-5213, right?
That's right. My calendar's right on there. Any way you want to communicate is with me. My LinkedIn, my phone, email, everything. So it's just the simplest way of getting me. You can watch. There's a video that you'll get to see that explains about the card. So it's a pretty good warm introduction to me.
All right, great. And John, if someone wants to be a guest on the show or they want to talk to you, tell them about your business, John. You do something else other than a referral source. Go ahead and tell everyone about what else you do.
Thanks, Leon. Yeah, on hold messaging helps business owners to turn on hold time into sold time, so that when the most important asset of your business or practice is calling you, when they get put on hold, they're hearing about you, they're hearing about your services, they're hearing about what you're doing around COVID, and it helps with patient and customer retention. It makes them feel warm and fuzzy. Back in the day, in the 60s, when a dentist office, you walk in and they slide the frosty window open and the thing's closed until they open it, doesn't feel real warm and fuzzy. Now, when we put somebody on hold, that's the first impression they're going to get in that practice or business. Don't just leave them hanging. Don't have dead air music or radio. Talk about your business and make them feel important, because they are. Without them, you have no business. You
There
can
you
reach
go.
me at John. Just text John to 321-421-5213, and I'll get back to you pretty much the same day. Yeah.
All right, great. Gabe O'Neill, thanks for being a guest here on John Waller's The Referral Source.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope that everyone watching the show contacts you. The contact information is right there. Text Gabe to 321-421-5213. John, great show. Thanks for inviting Gabe on to be a guest here. And John, looking forward to coming on board with you next week as we have another Referral Source show. John, looking forward to it.
Have a blessed day, Gabe. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys.
Folks, thanks for watching The Referral Source. I'm Leon Thomas. That's John Waller with our guest